What's up, guys?
I'm Ash.
And I'm Evan.
And today we are...
You've already seen the caption, you know what we're talking about today.
So, before we start, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and
Comment, share,
everything, guys.
all of the above.
Yeah. And also, guys, as you know, we are on our way to 50K. So, if you're watching our videos every day but you don't subscribe, please subscribe, It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So, right before we start, guys, you already know we are talking about marriage. So I have a question for you guys. Reply down in the comment section. What is marriage to you? What is the meaning of marriage? The way you understand it, just drop it down. And so I will have the same question for Evan before we start what we are talking about today.
Okay, what's the meaning of marriage? That's your question for me.
To you, what's marriage to you?
I think marriage is about a lot of things. I think it's about holiness. I think it's about making you more like the person God wants you to be. And I think marriage can be hard, and hard in a good way. Like it makes you a better person. You're both challenged, and you're both challenged to see your own weaknesses and work on your own weaknesses. You're forced to face your weaknesses in marriage. You're forced to think outside of yourself and love another person besides yourself. And I think marriage is like a movie trailer for our ultimate relationship with God. It's like a preview of what we enter into with God and what life will be like forever in heaven with God. So I think that's the purpose of marriage. I don't think marriage is for everybody. I don't think everybody needs it, because I think just like marriage can be a picture of our relationship with God, I think also single people can represent that same picture by showing that their relationship with God is the ultimate relationship. So
I see. That is a long explanation.
Yeah.
Guys, for me, I really don't know how to describe marriage. What I know is marriage is when I'm married to you, for example, and we have kids and we live together and we are one. So when we get married, we won't think as Asha and Evan separate people. We will think as dingoes. That's funny. But yeah, that's what I know. That doesn't happen in every marriage, but I think that's how it should be. We are not yet there, guys, so, but that's because the Bible says once you're married, you become one. So at this point, you have to think everything you do, you have to, think you're one anyway. So
Yeah.
that's what I can. So it's not an interview, but I just wanted us to reply to some questions about marriage, stuff like that. So some of you always comment on our videos, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? How do you
When
feel?
are we getting married?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I don't know. I should ask. God knows when we are getting married, guys. But my question for you is, how do you feel about this social media pressure of get married? I can't wait for you guys to get married. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so I appreciate all of your guys' interest and support and excitement about us wanting to get married. But at the same time, I have to run my own race, and we have to run our own race.
Yeah.
And so we can't make decisions based on what other people want us to do. And so we're intentional about our decisions and timing and all that jazz. And so don't think we're careless, or don't think that I'm careless. And again, some of you guys have talked about how maybe I'm uncomfortable talking about marriage in videos. And I think I explained this in one video, and it's because I think some of those conversations should be almost respected by not being talked about. Maybe Ash and I talk about it personally, but not very often. And it's because I think there's certain things you should talk about ahead of time, but then I think there's other things that you shouldn't talk about until you've made that commitment to want to get married, because it's such a special thing, and it's just not the season we're in. And so, yeah, I again appreciate you guys caring about this issue, and of course, who doesn't want to see this? And yeah, you just have patience, guys,
Yeah,
about where we're heading and what decisions we make.
guys, have patience and also be ready to contribute for us when we are ready to get married, because I'm kidding, but yeah.
Yeah, guys, just know that we're intentional. Just know that I'm intentional, and just because I haven't proposed doesn't mean there's something wrong.
Yeah. So guys,
Some of you guys jump to the negative conclusion that there's something wrong. And just know that this is our own race again. It's our own situation. Every situation is unique. I don't like when people assign a formula for how fast you should get married, because every context is different. I've heard it said you should propose in the first 6 months. And that's because love and sexual desire is like a beast that once you awaken it, it'll just devour, and so you should give it the opportunity to come to its end goal in marriage. But I personally think every situation is different, and there's a lot of other factors that play into timing and decisions like that. So
yeah, so honestly, personally, guys, I always talk about marriage. Like, I feel like I'm old, to be honest, and everyone always says, you're still young, but not about the topic, but every day I feel like, oh my God, I'm turning 25, I'm becoming old. And one thing that comes into my head is maybe getting married, having kids, with time. But then the truth is, I'm not ready. I might be ready, but I feel like we are both not ready. Maybe because
I think you also confuse your audience sometimes, because in our videos you like to drop playful hints, and people only see that, so they think that's all you're thinking about.
yeah, because I am this person who can talk about the same thing every day. Even, for example, I would say food every day, I can't eat it when you give it to me. So, like, yes, we want to get married, but when the right time comes, because I feel like personally, once I get married, I want to have kids, but then I'm not ready to have kids before I'm ready to take care of. I don't know, I'm not explaining. But yeah, social media pressure can sometimes put that thought in me. Maybe I should get married, maybe this, maybe that. But when the right time comes, yeah, but the same thing in our African setting, guys, it might have changed, but where I come from, normally, when a girl is 24, 25, they expect the girl either to be married or having kids.
Yeah,
or
guys,
anything.
we come from totally different cultural
Yeah.
backgrounds, so we have talked about that a lot, and have tried to understand each other, because for Ash, like, she comes from a place where you're expected to get married much younger than I consider normal. And so she always says, I'm so old. I'm like, if you're old, what am I? I'm 3 years older. And then for me, I feel like I'm too young. And I mean, my mom had me when she was much, much older. So that's normal for me.
Yeah, guys, I always feel like I'm old, not because I'm old, but because I thought at the age I am today, I would have fulfilled the dreams I had by then. I thought maybe it's like swimming. I don't know how to swim, so it's not. It's like eating or drinking water, that by the time I get to 24, I'll be having this, I'll be having a house, I'll be having that. But I don't have it, so that makes me feel like, maybe I'm out of time, but I'm trying to understand that it's my understanding, because people here think differently, everyone thinks differently. But yeah,
And there's like another factor that we talk about is I find your financial situation. Um, Obviously, like money should not be at the forefront of a factor causing you to decide whether to get married or not. But it's not something that should be ignored. That's another thing.
exacto.
You need to think about your finances. Are you financially prepared for marriage? Just like you've talked about, you could plan to not have kids, but you may have kids right away. And are you financially prepared for that situation? Guys, like I have never made as much as the current minimum wage in Massachusetts. I've never made that much money in my life. I've never had a job where I've made that much money. I am not financially secure like some of my age mates who have had normal jobs and have saved money. So I'm in a completely different category than people my own age. So it's different for me.
The small money you have is also enough. This is also a question. Would you prefer a wedding? No. Would you prefer church marriage or civil marriage?
What's the difference? Church or civil?
Church. This one that
What's
requires
civil?
you going to the court and they just
I think you have to do that anyway, though. I think even if you're married in a church, you need to do the official documents at
I really don't.
court.
Yeah, but for court you
At
don't
town
need to
hall.
go to church. So, two different things.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'd want to have a ceremony, but it may not be in a church.
Where would it? Okay, but let's see. any marriage that requires a pastor to say I do, you do, whatever.
Sure.
That is church marriage, church wedding.
Okay, getting into semantics, but
Okay, but which one do you prefer?
I mean, yeah, I'd want to have a ceremony.
So
about
American
you?
setting or a traditional setting?
Are you the interviewer?
No, you can ask me too, like we
Okay.
are asking each other.
Okay. I would be open to anything.
Yeah, yes, guys too, I would prefer church, but not my church in the village, but church.
And of course, I have maybe some ideas in my head about things I've always thought about throughout my life. But then again, those are conversations I can't have out loud because that's special information.
Yeah, like according to what we wanted to do is just to reply to a few questions.
Okay.
And that's all. So is it American or traditional?
Guys, we're getting heated today.
Anyway, so I'll give my answer. For me, guys, I prefer a mixture of both. He's American, I'm Ugandan, so you can't tell me my grandmom, Kuku, will come on our wedding and then eat meatballs, or eat Brussels sprouts, or eat cheese potatoes, whatever the hell it is. Kuku has to eat matoke and what. So I would want it to be a mixture of the American type of food and then the Ugandan type of food, or any food that would match with people of my culture.
That's a nice
so
idea.
that is something that I haven't thought about it, but right now I just thought about it as I said it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And another one, you don't have to be specific, but this is also a question: where would you want to have it, in outside Africa or in Africa?
I don't know. I mean, to be determined, to be decided. I think in Africa would be cool, East Africa, because then your family could could attend the wedding. If you're in East Africa, you have a visa for all of East Africa, so you don't have to go through that cumbersome process of trying to apply to fly somewhere. So,
Guys, I really want East Africa too, because it would be cheaper or what. But then imagine Kuku going to America.
That'd be fun.
Just imagine Kuku going to America. Imagine my brothers on an aeroplane to America. That is a dream come true for me. I don't have a lot of friends in Uganda, and I have a lot of relatives, but I don't know even I don't want my wedding to have a lot of people, guys. So if it was in America, it would be a nice way of bringing my relatives, my friends to America, or in Switzerland. Oh my God, my grandmom would be so happy. But that is too much money. So still, East Africa would be better, because then nice food for my culture and
point.
food everywhere. So I would still consider East Africa. So this is also it says, do you know your maids? Okay, maybe
That's for you.
Honestly, guys, I had never thought about marriage until I met Evan. Okay, I had thought about it, but I thought it can't be, it won't happen, it's just a fantasy. So, but every time we talked about marriage with my friends, Doreen always said, I want to be, Doreen, my friend, I don't know if you guys know her, she always wanted to be this woman who stands next to me. And we kind of made an agreement that, I really don't know if she's going to be, but she has to be one of them. So that's the one I know. Of course, Shakira. Of course, if I made friends here in Switzerland, I really don't know who the maids are. Road Wheeling, because
All I know is it would be important for Tia to be there as the
she will be a
ring
flower
dog.
girl, because she will
a
be
flower girl.
in front of us. Tia wants to lead. She can't stand behind, so a flower girl would be, she has to go dropping meat, because she can't drop flowers. Anyway, so, and of course, Paul, his best friend has to be, you have many friends. You have Paul, Malik, Nick. You have to remake a picture with Nick. So, yeah, guys,
There are
we
options.
have, so that's all we had about marriage.
All right, that was good, guys. What do you think of that?
Guys, if you want Evan to dodge your questions, ask him about marriage. He will keep it. But yeah, I like that, because, it's something special for him that he can't talk about sometimes. But for me, I'm this I just talk. So we hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And again, our link to donation pads is still going on. Guys, I don't want to overtalk about it, but then we have to talk about it for new people who don't know about the project. So guys, we have a project about sanitary pads, something we are looking forward to doing, something sustainable, and provide girls in rural areas of Uganda. We are starting with Western Uganda, so we want to provide sanitary pads to those who cannot afford them. So if you feel like you have an interest in helping girls, young girls there, please donate. The link is in the description. Just pass by, read all the stories, plus know everything about our past project, and share if you don't mind. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.
Today's verse.
It's from you.
All right, guys. Today's verse comes from Romans. It's Romans 8:25, and it says, "But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently." So we are waiting for
Tia really wants to come
marriage
and sit
patiently.
here. Yeah, we do. We do.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao.